Hello, everyone, and welcome back. What's on tap for today? Well, we've got another reaction video in our series of what's happening with the Twitter executives in Congress. This time it's Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, and she's questioning Yoel Roth and Vijaya Gadde, two of the worms who are now squirming in the halls of Congress. We're going to get to their testimony in just the next few seconds, but before we do so, we just want to let you know that you're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Comment below so what you think of this reaction video, and we're going to get to the questioning right now.
Mr. Matt Taibbi, a respected reporter who published much of the Twitter files, said, quote, Twitter's contact with FBI was constant and pervasive, as if it were a subsidiary. Now, I want to better understand why he would suggest that. Mr. Roth, while at Twitter, how many meetings did you have with the FBI?
I couldn't say for sure, but I would say
more than 10?
That's a
More than
reasonable
20?
estimate. I couldn't say for sure.
More than 50?
That seems a bit high.
Many meetings with the FBI. Well, we know how many FBI agents worked at Twitter while you were there?
I don't believe any active FBI agents.
Former FBI agents. How many worked there while you were there?
I'm aware of perhaps 2.
Well, we know of at least 9 because they started the BU group chat, BU for Bureau. Now, Mr. Roth, did the FBI ever ask you to share information like users' communication data without going through proper legal channels?
No, they did not.
One thing you got to see here, just continue to watch the facial expressions and the body language of Yoel and these other witnesses. They look like they're caught in the headlights, like deer in the headlights. They are scared, they are squirming, and they are being put on the hot seat. And what I love about the questioning so far from Lauren is that I think it's just the right amount of anger sort of being displayed, but it's controlled in a way. And she's just rattling off those questions, right away. But she's letting everybody, it's the way that we would want to ask those questions ourselves. We're jumping out of our seats saying, boy, if we just had a chance to ask these guys that what the hell were they doing? Wouldn't we be doing the same way? And I believe that Lauren is hitting it right on the head. Anyways, let's continue. Look at this person here in the background taking the videos over this or whatever. Let's continue. But like I said, is watch the facial expressions of these witnesses, okay? They are not having a good time at all.
And I would have refused if they had.
That's correct. I see that you denied Agent Chan's request for access to Twitter's data feed. What's sick isn't that you would deny it. It's that the FBI would even ask you for the private data of American citizens without going through legal channels of the law. Now, I want to remind you, Mr. Roth, that you are under oath. Did the FBI ever ask you to do anything that was illegal or questionably legal?
I'm not a lawyer, but certainly not to the best of my recollection or knowledge.
Now, from the hearing that I've been a part of today, it's almost impossible to tell where the FBI ends and where Twitter begins. We have Mr. Baker here, a former FBI agent, and there seems to be a revolving door between the FBI and Twitter itself. Even Mr. Baker said that there was no collusion with the federal government and Twitter, but Mr. Baker, that's you. You are the collusion between the federal government and the FBI.
Absolutely.
Now, this is such a problem because we're seeing censorship all over. Mr. Roth, Ms. Gadde, did either of you approve the shadow banning of my account at Lauren Boebert? Yes or no?
No, I did not.
Not to the best of my recollection.
No, I did not. No, I did not. Not to the best of my recollection. Not to the best of my recollection. I don't. No, I didn't. Again, take a look at this thing here. Just watch their facial expressions, their body language, both of these, all, every witness out there, just watch their body language and they're answering the questions, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's continue.
Election.
Well, let me refresh your memory, because on March 12th, 2021, and Mr. Roth, I know you looked at it because Fascist Twitter 1.0 had a public interest exceptions policy, which means for members of Congress to be shadow banned, it had to go before you, Mr. Roth. So I'll ask again, did you shadow ban my account? Yes.
And here's another thing. Why the hell is Twitter shadow banning, congressmen and congresswomen? Why are they shadow banning government employees? That's just absolutely BS.
Or no?
Again, not to the best of my recollection.
So the answer is, Mr. Roth, yes, you did. I found out last night from Twitter staff that you suppressed my account for this tweet. It's a freaking joke about Hillary Clinton being angry that she couldn't rig her election. It's a joke. But in response, being the sinister overlords that you all are, you placed a 90-day account filter so I could not be found. And now we see here that Twitter staff said the visibility filter on my account excluded me from top searches, prevented notifications for non-followers, and much more. This is considered an aggressive visibility.
We got to read this for you. Just look at this thing here. They put it, it's right here. This is from within Twitter itself. And then Joel Roth, that worm, that conniving worm, he's saying, not to the best of my recollection. I don't know what's going on. Not to the best of my recollection. I don't think so. Here it is right here, folks. Civic integrity misinformation label from automation, 90 days of account level visibility filtering that expired on 6/10/2021. A recent misinfo strike label. I love the way these guys come up with these socialist Marxist policies. A recent misinfo strike label. What do they call it? A RMIS? Unbelievable. Label results in the account not appearing in the hometown for non-followers, exclude from top search results, avoid ad adjacency, and prevents notifications for non-followers. An aggressive visibility filter. Check and mate for Lauren, as she basically just tells, Joel Roth, hey, look, you little squirming worm, you're freaking lying. And here's the proof.
Filter. You silenced members of Congress from communicating with their constituents. You silenced me from communicating with the American people over a freaking joke. Now, who the hell do you think that you are?
Oh man, that's unbelievable. Isn't that what we say that? We yell that into the TV. We yell that when we're on social media and we see this thing. We yell that all the single time. We scream that out there. Who the hell are you guys to do this? Who the hell are you? And this is absolutely incredible. The lamestream media, the alphabet networks, they are going to absolutely go. They're going to have kittens, they're going to have puppies, they're going to have cows, folks, after they see this happening. I mean, this is, unbelievable. Great response from Lauren. Wonderful.
Election interference? Yeah, I would say that was taking place because of you four sitting here. The Hunter Biden laptop story was suppressed. A sitting member of Congress was suppressed. A sitting president was banned from Twitter. I bet that Putin is sitting in the Kremlin wishing he had as much election interference as you four here today. We've heard about threats to democracy. Well, what about shutting down a duly elected member of Congress? This is fundamental to our nation's governance, and you all attacked that very foundation. 230 protections? Well, those are for publishers, not for editors. And it's clear you were not acting as publishers, you were acting as editors. And Mr. Chairman, I think it's far past time that we remove 230 protections for big tech platforms who are abusing this protection. And let me just say, I'm not angry for myself. I'm not angry because I was silenced. I can reach out to Elon and to his staff, and I can see what's happened. And I can sit here today and hold you all in account. I am angry for the millions of Americans who were silenced because of your decisions, because of your actions, because of your collusion with the federal government. They can't reach out to Elon. They can't sit here today and hold you into account. We don't know where the FBI ends and Twitter begins. But I do want to thank
Mr.
Elon
Chairman, we're
Musk
over
for
17
firing
seconds now.
you for and saving free speech and even Twitter. Mr.
That was absolutely incredible, the last couple of minutes of Lauren Boebert's questioning. That was unbelievable. That was check and mate. And just like she said, she's angry, obviously, about what happened to her. But like she said, she's a member of Congress, obviously. If she needs to, she has the ability. She's got the facility. She's got the manpower. She can reach out to people, or she can send a letter out to them. It's got the backing of being a congressperson. And people are going to listen to that letter, or at least read it. And people like yourselves, people like me, okay, when we get shut down, when Twitter, bans us, when Facebook, puts us in the doghouse, when Twitter, says, you're can't do any tweeting, or you can't follow people for 3 days or 7 days, in the past or whatever. When all that was happening, we just had to take it. We just had to bend over, no Vaseline, and take it up there. That's exactly what we had to do. And so what Lauren is basically saying is, on the behalf of her constituents and on the behalf of the American people, she's the one who's telling these four witnesses that what they did, they were the ones that were, subversive to democracy. They were the ones that were being subversive to the First Amendment, although private entity, but like she said, you are not publishers. You have become editors. And Section 230 of the CDA, the Common Decency Act, that was put in place, was that it allowed these internet and social media companies to avoid being sued for people putting stuff on there that may or may not be true, because they said it was a publishing platform. And so they were just publishing other people's words, other people's stories. So they couldn't get sued. But Congress never intended from that for where these publishing platforms then became editors themselves and started saying, you know what? We're going to start to be the editors. We're going to decide what gets put out there and what doesn't get put out there. And that's exactly what these social media networks and these social media giants have become. They have become editors, not just publishers. And so she just absolutely destroyed, crushed these witnesses, with their testimony. It was just the right amount of energy, right amount of anger, right amount of questioning, right amount of, it was just great. That's all I can say. I loved it. I hope you'll love it as well. And like I said, great that you, thanks so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did in terms of doing it. And you've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, like, share, follow us, hit that notification bell, comment below, tell us what you think, and I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.